Merlin smiled. Ah, Nicola was telling me about this Mayan boy who has saved your lives and showed so much courage and skill. I'm not surprised, really. Frostwood boys are exceedingly well trained. Ask him what house he was in at the Frostwood School for Boys. My old friend Brickyard was the housemaster of Abbott House at that school, though he certainly won't have been in her house. Tedros didn't have time for diversions. Listen, Agatha said something to me. That the snake has a fake story. A pen that weighs the story from his point of view, where he is the lion and I am the snake. The snake said our ever after isn't real. That's our fairy tale wouldn't really end until everything that is true becomes untrue. But that's impossible. No one would believe I'm the snake and he's the lion. Not after what he has done. Merlin considered this. If there's one thing I've learned in my long life, is that every villain thinks they're the hero of their own story. And yet, it's curious that the snake focuses on undoing the truth as his ultimate goal. That's the lesson of the lion and the snake after all. What do you mean? Think about the original tale. The snake said that under his wing, the eagle will be free from his rule. Meanwhile, the lion said that under his wing, the eagle would have to obey him. So the eagle naturally chooses the snake to be king, said Merlin. The snake believes he has told the eagle the truth. He didn't try to subject him to his rule after all. He only tried to kill him. The lion, on the other hand, believes the snake has told a lie, for how could the eagle be free if the snake tried to murder it the very same night? So what's the true moral of the tale? Both the lion and the snake believe they are king. Both lay claim to the truth. It just depends on who is telling the story. And it appears the snake in your fairy tale thinks his version is as right as true as yours. Only he forgets there is a third party in the story. A third party whose loyalty decides the fate of the king. A third party who can make all the difference between who lives and who dies at the end of this fairy tale. The eagle, said Tedros. And as the lion, you have found your eagle in Ryan, a knight standing by the rightful king, said Merlin. Which leaves us with one question that you would do well to consider while I'm gone. The snake thinks he's the lion, right? The wizard locked eyes with Tedros. So, who's his eagle? He sweeps the cloud from under Tedros like a cape, and the young king went tumbling down into the stars. Who's his eagle? Who's his eagle? Tedros murmured. Who's the snake's eagle? Tedros. His eyes fluttered open. It's me. He started in bed to see Agatha at the door of the guest room. What time is it? He said, jotting upright. They are about to serve lunch, she said. Tejo sighed with relief. I've only been asleep a little while then. He noticed that the purple cap was gone from beneath the sheets. He looked up at Agatha. I was with Merlin in the service room. He had visited the lady of the... He suddenly noticed that his princess face tense and unsettled. What is it? I just got back from Marcus Market, she said evenly. And I think you should come and make sure you're happy with how army recruitment's going. Tejo's frowned. But Ryan's there. He should be handling it. He is handling it, said Agatha. I just think you should. Nicola barreled through the door. The snake, she gasped. Instantly, Tejo leaped out of bed, sprinting with Agatha after Nicola into the hallway and through his passage to the Blue Tower. They were shut into the dining room, past the full lunch spread, to the balcony, where all of Tejo's team and the maids and cooks were pressed against the stone wall, staring up into the dark, storming sky. Green screams flew over Camelot, forming a giant phantom snake like a beacon, its head rearing through dark clouds. Screams resounded from the city and markets, where the people could see it too. The snake glowed like lightning. Tonight, it hissed, echoing across the realm. Midnight. Then it broke into 1,000 ewes and went screaming into the ring. Sophie, the king's speech. A few hours earlier, Sophie and Ryan had been riding together in a carriage towards Marcus Market, while the rest of Ryan's team trailed in carriage behind. Filthy walls, dusty windows, weeds in the front garden, and then that hideous wall bridge we had to walk across to get to the carriages. I thought Camelot was supposed to be inspiring, said Sophie, wiping mud off her heels with Ryan's handkerchief. You think in 6 months Teddy and Agatha could raise enough money to at least give the appearance of a new ranch? Ryan leaned back, muscles tight against his green and gold coat. Perhaps the money they wasted went to things that actually matter.